is initiated. Perfect. So, Mr. Gabrielli, thank you very much for joining me. You are participating in the project called CATAPULT. Can you please introduce us this project?
Yeah, thanks a lot for the question. So the catapult states for comprehensive assessment and preparedness for emerging nuclear technologies. This project was submitted to Pianoforte and got funding in the framework of the topic 2. And it is a consortium of eight different European institutions. So the background of the project is the following. So currently, the environmental impact assessment and emergency preparation and a response, preparedness and response, as well as the regulatory approaches, the risk communication, is mainly based on large water-cooled reactors. But now, especially in Europe, and I would say also worldwide, new systems, innovative systems, are expected to be deployed. And this, of course, such deployment poses some challenges for the EIA and the EPA and R. For example, the need to evaluate the environmental impact assessment in the near field. Such advanced system may significantly differ with respect to the system compared with the classical large water-cooled reactors. Our current state-of-art codes for the environmental impact assessment able to catch such challenges, how we can address the Euratom basic safety standards for the deployment of such reactors. And of course, it's very important to address the public concerns for the new nuclear technologies. So the communication and engagement of the communities must be driven based on the principles of trust and transparency. So in the Catapult project, the consortium found that all these different aspects cannot be touched as it was up to now separately, but a comprehensive approach is necessary. And therefore, in our project, we aim to link very closely all together these pillars and providing to the community a new comprehensive study or improving our current knowledge, our current methodologies.
Oh, thank you. You already mentioned the number of members of your consortium. Can you describe it a little bit more, and how do you engage with your partners?
But as I told you, the consortium is composed by eight partners: ASNR, KT, Marians, Energy Palace, Raden, CKSN, STUC, and the University of Lusofona in Portugal. And the consortium was built exactly having in mind the capabilities and the knowledge in each of the institutions joining the consortium to be able to interlink altogether the different aspects that I just mentioned. So for example, for concerning the reactor safety assessment or reactor technology, KAT is mainly involved on that. For the environmental science and terrestrial marine approaches, so addition to symmetry, KAT, SEK, and FG. Very well involved. Nuclear operation, regulatory compliance, ASNR, STUC, and NFG are very involved. And for risk communication, we have SEK, and Marians and the University of Lusofona. So therefore, the consortium was built exactly having in mind, again, this multi-purpose, I would say, approach.
Thank you. What key results do you expect from the project, and how do you foresee these outcomes impacting the EU community?
So we want to build a comprehensive guidance for environmental impact assessment, emergency preparedness and response. With, as I mentioned, this is very important. Again, this tight cross links between technical and social aspects. Just to summarize, we have three main pillars. First of all, the environmental and those modeling. And we want to improve and adapt and indicating necessary, if any, for the development of the modeling and the environmental transport models for the application to the novel technologies. We want to deliver an analysis framework which is really tailored to the needs of these systems and their typical site locations. Having this in mind, we identify 4 locations with a different nature, I would say, and in Finland and in the Netherlands. The second pillar is the science-based regulatory compliance. We want to deliver a comprehensive set of recommendations to many stakeholders, so authorities, operators, and licenses, with a tight connection with the third pillar, so is the community engagement and the risk communication. In this sense, we want also to go beyond the existing strategies because we want to deliver a community-driven approach. Namely, the community is directly involved in building the risk communication. And we want to deliver guidelines to communicate our results and inform the public about that. So therefore, the outcome of the social aspects are partly input for the science-based regulatory compliance, and at the same time, the last one may provide significant input, or is expected to provide significant input to the modeling needs.
Oh, thank you. Last question. As your project has just begun, what initial outcomes do you anticipate from this collaboration? And now that your project is underway, what early results or impacts do you expect to emerge from this collaboration?
So we started in February, and up to now, we of course follow our work plan. And in our work plan, currently we are close to assess the basic database of the source terms, which are needed to perform our case studies. Despite this is not the real focus, again, the real focus are the 3 pillars that I mentioned before. Concerning the science-based regulatory compliance, and in particular, the stakeholder needs for the licensing application and review, so we already organized a roundtable with the experts from authorities and TSO on beginning of May in Paris, organized by SNR. And we already got a very important feedback, as well as for the community engagement and evidence-based risk communication, where we already started to assess so I would say the methodology. So we already planned our workshops, the way, and also, of course, it's very important the boundary conditions where we have to work in order to engage the community. And we already started to evaluate the capabilities of our models for the environmental impact assessment for these new systems. In particular, again, the main challenge refers to the capabilities of these models to be applied to the to small scale areas around the power plant, because these systems are expected to be built close to the communities or industrial zones and so on. So having this in mind, we expect that the outcomes of the project will have a significant impact on the European community. at least to identify what is necessary to do and what is missing. So, and this is very, very important. I would like also to mention that in the in the topic 2, another project was also funded. It's called the Geoscope, and we are working closely with the Geoscope because we touch in the two projects similar topics, but with a different, I would say, weighting factor, and we see many synergies. And since the beginning of our two projects, we exchange information in order to, at the end of the 3 years projects, in order to support also the pianoforte the pianoforte community to go out with a unique big set of results, indications, and comprehensive approaches.
Wow. Thank you very much, Mr. Gabrielli.